Today's Tips du Jour mailbag question comes to us from Australia. Dear Robert, I recently read somewhere about baking the top of the guitar before using it to build with. Can you shed any light on this subject? Mike in Australia. Mike, the technical term for that is torfication. In other words, you're baking your top. Basically what you're doing is introducing heat, but without the oxygen. And what this does is dry the wood out, changes the cellular structure, removes the moisture in the resins, and dries it out, almost like aging it 20 or 30 years. Martin guitars and Taylor guitars use this process, torfication, on some of their instruments. And recently I spoke with Eric Sakimoto of Taylor Guitars about this very subject. And it was very interesting what he told me. So let you listen in on our conversation. Something else that you touched on in your demonstration this morning is baking the top. And the technical term is?
Torfication.
Torfication.
Yep, it's gaining a lot of popularity, and
what exactly does that
been
do
doing
to the
it. Martin does. What it does to the soundboard?
In layman's terms.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a very technical description for it.
A lot of people like acoustic guitars to be kind of opened up and worked out already. You know,
right.
When you get a new guitar, it's a little tight. You have to play the guitar and let the whole body and the wood vibrate to open up and loosen the volume, right, and all that stuff. With torfication, what it is, it's baking the wood under high heat, but with no oxygen. Okay, if you add the oxygen there, you'll pretty much burn it.
Right.
Okay. You also add a lot of pressure on there, and what that does is it ages the spruce. Right. So it already, when you put it on a guitar, it already has that broken in vintage sound that you get, sure, that you want, okay, out of spruce. So
basically you're speeding up the drying process.
Yep. It's like taking a guitar that's 25, 30 years and putting it on a new guitar.
All right.
Now, when you look at it, it's dark. Okay. When you look at spruce, it has that really white look, right, to it. Right. And then over time, it gets that dark look. Sure. And that's what you get when it comes out.
You get that immediately from the torfication process.
Yeah, it's really dark too. It's not like putting a guitar out in the sun and allowing it to, you know, kind of tan a little bit. It's even darker than that.
It's really dark.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can almost tell that it's been through that torfication process.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Eric. I appreciate
You're welcome.
Your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
So Mike in Australia, I hope you were able to understand Eric's explanation of torfication. I don't think I would try this at home, boys and girls. This is a pretty advanced technique, and you might wind up with an expensive piece of firewood. So I hope this has answered your question, Mike, and shed a little bit more light on the subject. And happy building.